welcome to another Baka commentary video. In this video, I'll be talking about the AMD 7900 GRE and the two mobile graphics cards that AMD has launched, and what are their review and what are my impression of these three products. It seems that first, the 7900 GRE that is now available internationally in the DIY segment. This graphics card was rather unique as it used the AMD flagship die Navi 31, which is officially enabled by AMD to run AI, ROCm, and all this AI instruction. So like AI training. The cheapest AMD card officially supported is the 7900 GRE edition. However, you're wondering, what are the drawbacks for the 7900 GRE edition? The memory that on the 7900 GRE is a lot slower than even the 7900 XT and even the 7800 XT. And as well as it gets a cut down memory bandwidth, so that means that Navi 31 will not get the 300 something bit bus, which is what's available on the 7900 XT and upper, and rather it will get the 256 bit bus just like the 7800 XT. And considering the memory's even slower out of box than the 7800 XT. Yeah, you guessed that's right. But surprisingly, reality, gaming-wise, it is very, very close to the 7800 XT and doesn't really reach the 7900 XT. So 7900 GRE is in a bit of a weird situation out of box, where it's worst case scenario, it's on par with the 7800 XT, but on some really good use case scenario, it's it's faster than a 7800 XT, but at the same time, it's not as fast as 7900 XT, which stopped the cannibalization of both people who are buying 7800 XT and the 7900 XT. On launch, AMD has admitted that the 7900 GRE cards have been power and memory limited. I highly doubt sus for that, because again, AMD probably did that to be like, hey, we're doing that to avoid cannibalization of our 7900 XT, where people just buy a 7900 GRE instead of 7900 XT, This, again, is, if you haven't known multiple times, I have said this graphics card is very, very unique, as it uses an odd combination of flagship Navi 31 dies, and the PCB it uses, it's not a Navi 31 PCB. It uses Navi 32 PCB, coolers, and VRM. So this is basically kind of like a really, really powerful engine, really, really powerful GPU, but they put it in a GIMP cut cost down PCB and cooler to try and save cost, to try and make it, I don't know, which kind of leads to the unique situation where it's like, if you buy the 7900 GRE edition, if you're willing to manually overclock, this is going to be the best value graphics card as you're going to get. If you overclock the memory, core, and TDP, you are guaranteed to go really about 10% above 7800 XT, and at the same time, you are going to be paying that extra. But however, if you're buying a 7800 XT premium card, and you're like, I want to really tweak the card, maybe consider 7900 GRE. as that will be worth it. But if you're not like, oh, I just want a 7900 XT and not willing to tweak it, maybe don't buy the 7900 GRE. And yeah, here's the second part of the second 7900 GRE. A lot of channels said that this SKU is to get rid of PCB for the 7800 XT in case, and the 7700 XT in case they don't sell. And on top of it's there to sell off Navi 31 dies that got excessively produced, or they just went, our 7900 XTXs and 7900 XTs are not selling. How do we do that? We sell them at 7900 GREs and sell them at cost or as low margin as we can without telling our investors, hey, we're selling our product with low margin. This on top of also what I suspect personally, that the 7900 GRE is also the testing ground and the dumping ground for bad yields of Navi 31, if there are. And on top of, were testing the 7900M. So, if, it's like AMD's like, we already engineered this monstrosity, we might as well sell it. We might as well try double dip it both as the 7900 RX 7900M and the 7900 GRE desktop card, which leads perfectly to the next topic, the RX 7900M and the RX 7600M. I do not blame you if you did not know the RX 7900M were launched, as there was only one laptop in the entire world that I know of that has this discrete graphics card, and that is the Alienware M18 Advantage Edition, as there seem to be no other laptop that will have this graphics card as an option for a laptop. This, again, for people who don't know, MSI used to have a full MSI Bravo Advantage Edition. That laptop, they completely taken out the AMD GPU and put in their competitor, Asus ROG. They completely got rid of it. They have downgraded it to the Asus TUF Advantage Edition. As a result, they now know, since it's a budget focus, the Asus is like, we don't want to have the flagship. Oh yeah, you have the 7600M? Alright, let's put that on the laptop. As well, Lenovo. Surprise, surprise, their Legions, their AMD Legion 5s, Legion 7s series, they do not have AMD discrete graphics card at all. No 7900M, no 7600M, for what I can tell. They're not for sale. You can only buy AMD Ryzen CPU and the video graphics card. This has the only one that is fully 7 AMD Ryzen CPU and Ryzen and Radeon graphics is the, as you have alluded to, the Asus TUF A16 Advantage Edition, and the very, very hyped, Framework 16 gaming laptop, where that RX 7600M is modular, and you can basically swap it in and out for an upgrade in down the line when the RX 860M comes out. Which kind of brings another question to, why is the RX 7900M not widely implemented? For the framework laptop, I seen a few document and rumor mills like, hey, that laptop is not electrically wired and engineered to have a RX 7900M, as that is going to use more power than that PCIe module is going to allow, and our power brick will not ever support this for now. So this is why, which leads to the next issue of the 7900M, this RX 7900M is a very, very power consuming mobile graphics card. It consumes as much as their competitor, our flagship RTX 4090M. However, the performance is not at RTX 4090M performance. In fact, it's in between RTX 4080M and the 4090M, which make this RX 7900M a very, very weird situation. It's like, yeah, you're buying this graphics card, it's going to be cheaper, it's going to be better value. However, it's going to have the same shit battery life as the 79, as if you bought a full fat 4090 mobile GPU, which is like 175 watt with 25. AMD does that as well with their Alienware, where it's like, yeah, we'll hold around 150 to 175 and beyond for a brief moment. Basically, yeah, as you can see, this RX 7900M is a very, very weird, which is completely opposite the RX 7600M, as that is pretty efficient and a lot of, the Asus Advantage Edition, for despite it, being a gaming laptop, it has still quite a good battery life. And for the laptop with the RX 7600M, surprisingly, AMD has made that GPU pretty battery efficient, and you can kind of daily use it for college and university, where you don't have to be constantly running around for power socket. As if you bought the Alienware, M18 Advantage, you are gonna be looking for power outlet after each, lecture, each hour. You're gonna be sitting basically next to the wall, basically, with the Alienware Advantage M18. Yeah, this also kind of shows that how AMD Radeon on laptop side has kind of failed as kind of so then recent launches of graphics card, of desktop cards, of 7900 GI and the 7600 XT is basically what I can see. Their laptop config, and they just slapped on more VRAM and more TDP as a result of it being ported to the, a desktop. They now no longer need to be restricted to the laptop restriction of needs to be efficient and, efficient. They can take away some of the efficiency and go, let's get more performance on the desktop. Again, this, I really am, despite me being like, hey, AMD, I am actually kind of sad that AMD Radeon failed to capture any market share within the discrete graphics, as they seem to have with these the RX 7900M and the RX 7600M lineup, have kind of, they place it in the wrong way, and hopefully the RX 8000, or as the later down the line of the RX 700M series, you guys fix it and hopefully get more laptop OEMs and ODMs to adopt AMD Radeon graphics, which a lot of OEMs seems to be scared of it. If you're unaware of the RX 7900M, why is there only one laptop in the entire fucking planet using it? Dell, that Alienware M18 Advantage, cannot use AMD drivers. So if you are like, hey, I'm going to go on AMD.com drivers, click on 7900M, latest driver, you are not going to be able to drive it, as multiple reviewers has that laptop has been like, I tried installing the latest driver directly from AMD, it doesn't work. It bricks my laptop, or it just bricks the display output, and they have to flash back to the Dell certified old driver, which isn't the greatest experience if you want to, play the latest AAA title or just games that are not Dell driver certified, which is pretty old, and we can never really rely on, the OEMs and the ODM to certify drivers, as those guys have no reason to go keep certifying every graphics driver available. And yeah, other than that, I haven't heard any RX 7600M issue with the Asus Advantage and the Framework 16. They don't seem, the POM that do pop up doesn't seem to be the POM of the 7600M, or rather the laptop themselves, which is niggle whatever. Which, yeah, I hope AMD eventually fixes these POM and captures more market share. And my god, please AMD, do it so that we aren't be just monopoly where, like, if we want a discrete graphics card, we have to go and stick up with Nvidia and buy Nvidia discrete graphics card, as competition is only good for me as a consumer, me as a technical analyst, and you as a consumer, and you AMD, by you competing, you also, well, get market share and mind share to get people to be like, hey, we should go buy more AMD product or video games that is AMD sponsored. Be like, hey, yeah, it's good for everyone when there is competition. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video of my analysis and impression of the 7900 GRE and the 7900M and the 7600M. If you do the like and subscribe thing if you haven't. And if you want to grow this community, share this video. This will help extend the reach of this video, and the algorithm is gonna promote my videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video.